Yes.
Can Jorge finish ahead of Pecco?
Yeah, I think he can, and I think Pecco is going to put more of a fight than...
On the second row of the grid, it's a Ducati top 6 lockout with Luca Marini in pole.
Marquez and the title rivals, Pecco Bagnaia and Jorge Martin, start from the second row. Here we go then. Good evening from Qatar. 18 and a half rounds. GP are the only bling these riders are bothered about on the grid. It's getting their hands on the trophy today. And how close it lit a flame underneath Pecco Bagnaia, who essentially said, Neil Hodgson, it redefined the rules of engagement. Should we expect fire?
See, with what we witnessed, like you say, in those first 2 races, the racing line has remained relatively narrow, and that means if you're going to make a pass, you have to absolutely the same approach, full attack, no hesitation. The person who has to change is Pecco Bagnaia. He can't defend now, he tires. So Zarco.
Right, here we go then. Are we going to see more drama in the desert? Martin alongside, and again they're held a long time. The lights go out, we are on the way, and again, Martin all over the place. That's skidding, that's...
Turn of a lot of the riders.
8th, actually, as he came through the first sector there for Jorge Martin, so he's going to have to do some more bumping and barging.
300 brake horsepower, the bikes are low and long, and there's not that much weight on the rears, and hence the dirty track, it's really easy to spin them up.
He came here, he felt he had a duff tyre. Yesterday, Pecco Bagnaia made hints to a similar sort of thing, but at the start of this race, you don't know how they're today. This is the start again. Look at Martin, watch how many goes he has at it.
Yeah, spinning again, it's so dangerous. We talk about banning
his racing.
It was a firm pass, It knocked him way off the track. I'm thinking Mark now might be thinking, right.
Fabio Quartararo and Frankie Morbidelli on the Yamahas, matching lap times with the Frenchman. So Bagnaia leads by half a second from Marini, and then through, and instantly he's trying to come back on Maverick Vinales, but looked like a mistake. There'll be cynics amongst us who reckon that.
Well, what you have to do, you pick the bike up, because if you keep the same amount of lean angle on the dirty part of the track, you have a chance of the tyres super smooth. He's so good at controlling races because he does 2 things incredible. Number 1 is he brakes.
Bagnaia, it feels like Malaysia. You know, when we got to the race there, and he had a couple of attacks early on, and
oh, that's going to be tight with teammates. Did you up the inside of Alex Marquez? And he said he's not too good on the opening lap, so if you can get away with them, honestly, I think we've a chance of winning.
Brad Bin.
Do you know what's nice in these races when we're going to have 18 laps to go. If you're sat in that lead.
So from 9 to 10 points now for Martin. We're losing 15, however.
There's hope.
Oh, hello. Fabio Gianantonio.
Super aggressive. The man who has said he's not very aggressive.
He wouldn't be playing the team game for Bagnaia at all, would he? Anything like that. It's a Ducati who's winning come what may, and he's just going to want to win.
If you push him off the line, you lose 2 places.
I feel like this is working in a way for Jorge Martin, as they all do. Goes down into turn 1.
I held my breath the whole way there. I mean,
I never thought Alex Marquez. So far, Binder into the podium positions now, and you know he was quite down on his chances yesterday.
Oh, he's wide. We did not expect this, did we? I think, you know, if we're going to cards on the table, you looked at what Martin did.
Yeah, well, Jorge Martin's won more sprint races, but the long game is what they played, and at the moment, to Bagnaia on that lap, Digi's coming.
I'm just smiling at the third cars, and you were like, yeah, it's almost a little bit embarrassing, really. I thought he was better than that. Here we go.
It's the 54s, Bagnaia, a 53.5, but there's something to be said as well, Neil, about Bagnaia having cleared. He hasn't had too many races recently where he's been in the mire.
Yeah, this far back with this group, latest on the brakes, pretty much impossible.
Fastest rider on circuit is this man, Neil, Fabio Quartararo, who, you know, if...
In 10th and Morbidelli's in 13th.
Martin is dropping further back still from Marini on this lap. Faster than Bagnaia at the front. Martin, 54.0. So 7/10 slower than Di Gianantonio. Fabio Di Gianantonio could do Jorge Martin a favour here if he can find a way through on Bagnaia, but a juncture of place, as you say, that he hasn't been. So Will Di Gian Antonio sit there?
Well, he's not won many Grand Prix. Exactly, that instantly would take 5 points off Pecco.
And Brad Binder and Alex Marquez and Luca Marini were all
Even more chill than ever. Confident that they'd found some information from obviously studying all the data from the...
filthy move on him.
Absolutely not. It's quite a strange feeling because you're behind someone like him and you think, the last thing I want to do now is...
Gian Antonio, I'm just thinking about the battle at the front is, he spends too long behind Bagnaia. What happens to his front tyre pressure? Here we go, same for Maverick. Go again. And he finally does get through at turn 4 now.
And you feel now he's got through, he'll be able to multi-tyre. We've heard a few throughout the season, a few riders complain to say occasionally the tyre can feel completely different every time we see him. Pretty confident Zarco won't pass his teammates. I know he did in Australia, but that was for the win.
Yeah.
Yeah, soon to be 9th, I think. Where Fabio looks. He looks pretty comfortable there. Here we go.
You feel like Di Gian Antonio has a bit more pace. I tell you what, Fabio Quartararo, that was a late one. But through he goes. And if Jorge Martin is as quick as we expect him to be at a track like Valencia, through on Marquez, as now Alex Marquez has to fight back to Marini.
First opportunity in this paddock through Fausto Grassini, giving him his first chance in Moto3. You only need something like that, just throw the weight off, create a chatter. If you get a chatter on a flowing...
As regards the championship, Bagnaia's gone into block mode.
There's one thing Fabio's got up his sleeve as well, or another thing. I think he's going to try and surprise him into one of the fast corners, maybe into 12. You're going to struggle to...
Marini's got through on Alex Marquez and Brad Binder, and now Enea Bastianini does his teammates a solid.
Yeah, all they can hope for now is that Digi makes a move just to lead position. That's what mapping 8 means. I
Mapping it.
No, I genuinely don't think that's telling him to stay behind him. And there's no way. It would be huge anyway, so...
Well, it'd be more than 100,000.
Yes, it will be more than 100,000 to win the race, so...
A little bit better traction to get to the next corner.
I think this is out of 10. I was saying possibly through...
And it is going to be...
Exactly! Played it perfect.
But is he going to run a little bit wide mid-corner? And Bagnaia late on the brakes, as we always know. Oh, and Bagnaia has gone off. He's gone into the asphalt on the outside of turn 1. He did try and make the move instead of sitting.
As you get to the braking zone and you are in the wake of the bike.
Oh my goodness me. That could have been.
This is the start and finish line. He'll look across at his pit board and it'll say plus 2.5. He won't believe it.
1 points. And that seems to be the way it's going to be, because Zarco stayed behind Martin. Marquez going down to Valencia last year, but still 37 points on the table for this man.
Can you imagine if Bagnaia would have gone into the... The problem is, you're up against Fermin Aldeguer, who is 18 years old.
Protects Jorge Martin or something, but...
I think so, but he was coming from so far.
Rider to win a Grand Prix this year, but how emotional is this one going to be?